So what is up, guys? We are still on a hiatus from the property build up in northern Florida, but just because we are on a break from that particular project, which I do have some updated information for you guys in a second, doesn't mean that we are at a shortage for things to do. I got a whole bunch of things that I need to get done, and I'm going to share those with you guys. So stick around. We'll be right back right after the intro. And welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. You will help me out just in viewership, basically, because I am not a monetized channel. But either way, welcome back. Glad you're here. Like I mentioned in the intro, we are still on a hiatus from the property build or the property series, house build series that we got going on in North Florida. Quick update on that. We are currently waiting for Reynolds Land Management, which is the people that are going to be doing the clearing of our land. They are the ones that did the initial mulching of our property. We are waiting for them because they had another project that they were working on. Great guys, by the way. The owner of the company, John Reynolds, I communicate with him all the time. I just spoke to him yesterday. He has assured me that he will be on my property, our property, on I want to say in about 10 days, 10 or 12 days. I had asked him to please give me a heads up when he thought he was going to be up there, because obviously we're home. Obviously we're home, and I want to, I want to be there throughout the whole thing. So I told him give me a few weeks whenever he's ready to start, so that I can pack up and make arrangements to be up there. And I got a call from him yesterday that he's going to be starting on our property in exactly 2 weeks. So that is great news for us. Obviously, everything that we do on that lot, I am going to share with you guys, or I'm going to try and share with you guys. But for now, we got a bunch of stuff. We've even though we haven't been doing much with that build, because obviously things take time. We need permits. We need a bunch of different things. It doesn't mean that we haven't done, that we haven't been doing stuff. Obviously, you guys saw the recent video of our trip to Ohio for my daughter, vet school stuff. And in that video, I alluded to a situation that we had while we were there. Now, as a result of that situation that we had in Ohio, I generated a video, or I documented the actual repairs, which you guys also saw if you follow the channel. I think it was the last video, if I'm not mistaken, but you guys saw the repair on that. There is more to come as a result of that video. I would probably say part 2 is probably going to be coming soon, probably right after this video. The repairs or what I'm going to do here at home before getting up to Affinity. But for now, we got a project that we're going to work on today, which again was as a result of something that occurred while we were traveling from Ohio, heading back here to Miami after our Ohio visit. It's like everything, these things, while you're working on one item, another one pops up, and it just goes on and on. It's a never-ending saga. So I had another issue that popped up. And it actually, thank God, it actually happened right before we arrived at our northern Florida buddy's house destination. It happened about 30 miles right before we got there. Obviously, I could see it in my rearview mirror. And you know what? Let's go to the other side of the coach, and I'll show you guys exactly what happened, what my plan is, what I got going on today. So on our way down, while we were on I-75, about 30 miles north of our destination in northern Florida, I noticed as I looked out my mirror and I looked in the back, I noticed that this fender right here was literally flapping in the wind. It was actually flapping. It was sticking out every time a truck would drive by. It would flap in the wind, which was, you know, basically an indication that one of the screws here had broken off. So while it wasn't the end of the world, it was still an issue that I needed to fix, because, I mean, the last thing I want is for the entire fender to tear off, and that would just compounded the problem. So what I did is, it held on. It still flapped in the wind, but it held on the remaining 30 miles till I got to my buddy's house. When I parked at my buddy's house, remember, our whole trip from Ohio down to Miami, our whole trip was overnighters. So I needed to get that fixed, because early the next day we were going to hit the road, because we had to be home for my daughter to go to work. So I had to fix it right then and there. We got there like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I had to fix it right then and there. So what happened was, this particular little metal bar that you see right here is, it kind of completely screwed off. It came off. Luckily it was holding on. It was just dangling there, so I was able to reuse it. But this other metal piece that you see here, a piece of aluminum, my buddy just had it laying around his shop. I actually got it. I attached it to the inside of the slide, and then attached the fender as best I could to the metal piece there, and I was able to hack it. But today I need to fix this fender. And you know, there's a couple of issues, or there's a couple of ways I could have done this. I chose to do what I'm going to do today. Now, one of the things I could have done is, I could have gone ahead and purchased a fender. I have this website that I'll kind of put a link to it right here. It's called Trek. I don't know, I have it logged in the house, Trek something. It is a website designed for specific parts. I bought stuff from them in the past. They are great. They have just about anything that you need for a Keystone product. And I could have just bought the whole fender. But the whole fender, I think, was $137 or something like that. And basically, the only thing that's really wrong with the fender is that there are two screw holes. They happen to be at the front of the fender, the front part. There are two screw holes that the screws, I guess, have broken the plastic, and that's how it got loose. Now, what I did is I re-screwed one, but it's hanging on now by a thread. So rather than make the $127 expense to fix that, I decided to try something new. Well, I say new, but in reality, there's nothing new about it. There's two ways you can do something. You could either replace a part when it breaks, or you could try to repair it. I'm going to try the latter. I'm going to try to repair it, because listen, at the end of the day, it's a piece of plastic fender. It's probably going to break at another point. So these two little issues, I just can't grasp. I just can't wrap my head around replacing the whole fender for these two little screw holes. So what I'm going to do today is, I'm going to try to repair it. Now, how am I going to try to repair it? I bought myself some JB Weld plastic bonder. Okay, I'm going to try to use this because it says it hardens in set time is 15 minutes, sand within 30 minutes. This one in particular dries black. That's like charcoal gray, so it should match. The idea is, I am going to fill those holes up, see if it bonds. If it does, then I'll just re-drill the holes that I need and put the screws back. And I don't know, I'm hoping that it'll work. If it does, I'm gonna save myself $128, because this cost $8. So $137, $8. I don't know, I'm gonna go with this. So this is what we're gonna do. We got 7 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws that hold this fender, plus the little metal bar that I attached here in the bottom, which I am going to now remove and reinstall it a little bit better. It's got these 7 screws, that little metal or aluminum bar, and basically the caulking. Other than that, it's just screwed onto this this skirt, this gray skirt that you see here. I mean, I think the best way to do it, I could probably try fixing it while it's still on, but what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take these screws out. I'm going to cut the fender off or remove it, and then I am going to take it over to my table on the other side of the coach, and I'm going to try and, I don't know, plastic weld these things on, see if I can recreate the hole there and make it happen. I don't know, save myself a couple bucks. And I figured it'd be a quick video and I'll share it with you guys. Here we go. Drop the bit. Let's do it. All right, now that it's completely off, you can kind of get an idea. This is what was happening before, because now I disconnected that that metal piece that I told you I did at my buddy's house. This was flapping like this, and then this plastic piece was doing this, and it was sitting like this out in the thing. But now that I have it off, I'll show you guys a little bit closer. So see that right there? That's a blowout. And this one right here, the second one, I show it from the back, right there, is about to blow out. So the rest of them are fine. You notice it was just caulking around the edges. Once I fix this issue here, I hope I can get away with fixing it. Once I fix it, I will reconnect it or reattach it, and I will reinforce these other little metal pieces here, and I'll show you guys how that works out. The one thing I did want to show you guys was that in the process of this kind of tearing off, look what it did to the holes here. So that hole's kind of been elongated, so I'm gonna have to either put some washers or something when I screw them back in. This one is almost elongated and all the rest are just fine. So let's get over to the other side of the coach where I have a little bit more working room, and let's play around with this thing, see how we're gonna fix it. All right, so we are over at the little workstation. After closer inspection, let me show you guys what I got going on here. After closer inspection, you could see where, let's see if you can get an actual shot. The plastic has actually separated. I don't know if you can see that. So plastic is separated. This hole has completely been blown out. I'm gonna try and heat it up a little bit to see if I can put some of this plastic back where it originally was, and then I'll go to bonding. This one is not too bad. This one I think is savable, but I'm gonna get all this caulking off here, and then once that's done, I'll get back to you guys. That was the easy part. All the caulking has been taken apart or taken off. Now we're going to start working on this. Like I said, I have a heating gun there. What I want to do is I want to heat these parts up to see if I can kind of like, because what happens was when they got ripped out of place, they kind of got a little distorted. I'm going to try and heat the plastic up a little bit just to put the original plastic back into its place. And if I can get away with that, at least it'll give me a little bit more foundation for this JB Weld plastic Bondo or Bonder to catch on to. Remember, haven't seen this done anywhere. This is just one of those epiphanies I had, and I'm going to see if it works. So this is for small projects. Whenever I got any wiring, or I'm going to use any of those heated sleeves, those waterproof sleeves, this is what I use. Hot air gun, whatever. Turn it on. It's hot. Let's see if it works. All right, the point I was trying to make with the heat gun was to put the plastic kind of back to its original area, and then I could use the Bondo or the plastic welding to add a new layer of plastic to basically seal it in me see if I can show you guys. I've only done one. I wanted to start on the easier hole. And it's now, I heated it up enough where it actually became pliable. And now it just cooled off almost instantly. And it gave me exactly what I was looking for. It reshaped the hole. Now I'm gonna try this one here. I'm gonna show you guys the before. This one's pretty beat up. This one I'm gonna have to fill in. But you see this piece here? I don't wanna force this because I don't wanna break it. I wanna heat it up, remold it. If you notice, I'm doing it with a knife. So that way some of the areas that the two plastics meet, I can probably cut them, you know, put a little slice in it and they can kind of bond together on their own. I know that they sell plastic welding kits. I don't have one, so I'm gonna try this. This is the before. Let's see how it works. All right, I got myself a chair. I repositioned the camera. This one here. Actually, this one worked out. This one worked out fantastic. This one I should be able to put the plastic Bondo on there and really make it look good. This one here is gonna create a little, it's gonna need a little creativity. So I changed the camera around to give you guys a bird's eye view. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it in regular time. I'm gonna time lapse it. But either way, hopefully you guys can see it. And let's see how it works out. All right, so the intent worked exactly how I wanted it. I'll try and get as close as I can here. It is back to its normal shape, or what it was supposed to be. Now, obviously, these broken areas right here that I'm pointing out right here, these broken areas just happen to be the damage that was created. But now that it's back in place, and now that I don't have any plastic working against the other plastic, maybe now I can Bondo that area in, fill it in, see if it works exactly the way they say it's supposed to work, and move on from there. Now, having said that, the idea is not to make this or fill this in and leave the little hole. No, the idea is to fill it all in, okay? Even fill this one in to give it a nice little sturdy base, and then just re-drill the holes. And I think that would be best. That way I could sand it all down, re-drill the holes, and move from there. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the Bondo thingamajigger and see how that works. I gotta give you guys a disclaimer. Never done this, never worked with that stuff. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm sure I'll get destroyed in the comments. But that's cool, because that's how I learn. All right, so I opened up the package. Basically, it's a two-liner instructions. It says, remove the cap, squeeze these two syringe things looking, equal parts should come out, and then you're supposed to mix it somewhere in a disposable tray, and then this is actually reusable. According to the instructions, you could recap it. The actual package that it comes in, if you read right here, it says mixing tray. So good, I don't have to invent. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's already leaking out. Let's put some, all right, equal amounts. Let's reclose that. Let's mix it. It's got some white. Half of it was white, half of it is black, and it's yielding a, I don't know, dark colored, yeah, charcoal, whatever. I'm mixing it. Let me see if I can switch the camera around here so you guys can see me put it on. So now that it's mixed thoroughly, it's actually getting hard on the actual stick here. I'm going to start off with the, let me see. I'm going to start off with this one. I'm probably going to make a mess, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do it in pieces so that it doesn't, remember, I'm trying to fill voids. I'm gonna do it in pieces, let it harden a little bit, and then work my way in the middle or towards the middle. Hopefully that makes sense. While I'm at it, let's just do this one here. Now, let me get a little closer here. This one here, actually this one here worked out pretty good. This one here, if you notice, I filled some of the cracks, but I still have a bunch of voids that I need to fill. And that'll happen in due time. I just want what I got on there right now to harden, and then I'm gonna start working on it from the inside out. I might even, I might even grab a little piece of tape and tape the inside to give it some foundation and re-epoxy it. I don't know, can't hurt. Let me try that. All right, so let me show you what I did. I got a little bit of painter's tape and I pushed it in from the outside in just to give me a little foundation so that the epoxy won't, not epoxy, I keep calling it epoxy. Maybe that's what I should have used, is epoxy, but I just gave it a little base so that it can't fall through. Now I could liberally spread the plastic Bondo in there and it won't go through, and then I can re-drill the hole. Let's give it a shot. It's already getting hard here in the plastic container, so stuff's working. I don't want to make a mess though. That may have been a win-win. That may have been a good idea. And you know what? Since I'm working on this other one, let me get some tape for that one. That one's taped. Now this stuff is getting hard already. So let me spread some of that liberally here. Fill in the hole, like I mentioned. The idea is not to save the hole. I can always re-drill the hole after, but I want a nice plastic, I want that to be filled in nicely. All right, the first layer is on. I don't know if it's the first or the last. I'm not sure. We're gonna let that sit. It says 30 minutes set time. We're gonna let it sit and then we'll be back. All right, quick update. While it's hardening, I can come back and mold it as best as I can. I can tell you that this one right here is going to require another pass because it's weak right here. That's okay. There's plenty of it. This one here should be pretty good. I mean, I think it should be all right. And while I wait for this to dry, came over here and removed all the caulking that was along the line there, cleaned it up. I will tell you this, I am going to have to deal with this size hole here, and I'm going to have to deal with that one. Actually, I was trying to think of a different way to fix this so that it doesn't happen again. And I'm going to show you guys something here. I'm having a thought. So back over here to the fender. Hold on, let me flip this around. So these are the two that I'm working on. That one and this one right here, which doesn't look great, but it doesn't look broken anymore. But here's a healthy area, or healthy one. I was thinking if I could get myself some small washers that fit in the opening, that fit in this little opening here, to give it a little bit more, foundation or more surface area. It'll probably help with not allowing the screw to get pulled through, the screw head to get pulled through. So I gotta look in my bag of tricks, see if I got any small washers that I can either, well, first of all, stainless steel, and then it wouldn't be a bad idea if I kind of like painted them black. Let me see if I have any. If I do, I think that would be something good. Winner chicken dinner. Found them, stainless steel. My little trick. You've got to have something like that whenever you own an RV, because things rattle loose and whatever. So this is my idea. If I put that there, it covers more. It gives me more coverage area, more footprint, and that way the head of the screw will be less prone to break through the plastic. So I got a can of paint there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint these black, just so they hide even more. Either way, it don't matter. I'm still waiting for that thing to dry, and then I got to do another coat, so it's going to be a while. I'm going to go ahead and paint these and get that out of the way. All right, so it's been a minute. I got sidetracked there. I got sidetracked doing something else, but now I'm bringing you back here. I gave it a second. I gave it a second go around of the plastic bonding. And let me tell you something, it's looking really, really good. It's almost solid as a rock. I'm gonna try and drill these holes. Let me turn around and show you. So there you go. That's the one that was the big one that was broken. There's the back side of it. It's hard as a rock. There's the back side of the other one. The front side of it. I painted the washers like I told you guys I was gonna paint them. And now it's time to go install. Well, first of all, let me drill these holes, and then I'm gonna go install it. All right, now comes the putting back. Got some screws here. Got the washers. Let's give it a shot. Let's start off by the center one here to see if it could hold it in place. Not going to tighten it all the way until I get a couple more in. All right, that's it. I forgot to press play on the last 3 screws, but then again, I didn't want to bore you guys with any more screwing in. You guys know what that is. This is what it basically looks like. It's solid. The washers were a good idea. It's holding on better than it ever was before. And now the only thing that's needed is to recock right around the edges. But that's it. Boring stuff. This was a quick project. Worked out great. Saved myself 127 bucks just kind of fixing it. It's on better than factory, I'll be honest with you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stick around for the house build, the series. There's more videos of that coming up real soon. We're getting ready to clear that land out completely. Then comes the well, the electrical, the barn, the whole kit and caboodle. So stick around for that if you guys are into that stuff. If you're not, okay, I'll see you at the next video.